What's going on, guys? This is my 1999 Pontiac Trans Am. Ended up picking this car up as a roller about 6 months ago. At the time when I got it, I thought the previous owner was full of it, but after a brief talk with Phantom from Midwest Street Cars, this was actually Murder Nova's wife's car. She used to race. So the car has a pretty interesting story behind it. It previously had a 6-point chrome moly cage in it, some jazz racing seats. It was primarily set up as a street car. In the following weeks, we're going to work on turning this into a legitimate race car, getting it ready for chassis. We're going a full 25.3 cage, tubular front end, motor plates, mid plates, pretty much you name it, it's going to have it. So we're going to get this thing backed up off the lift and start working on removing the cage. Making a little progress here, getting all the old cage stuff out. Got most of the interior ripped out. Still need to work these bars down to the plates. We're gonna get cracking on cutting these out, grinding them flat, making sure the new shop has a good clean surface to work on. Still need to get the dashboard out, associated wiring out of it from there. Getting the whole dashboard ripped apart, getting all the wiring out now. Check back in when we get it all cleared out. All right, guys, as you can see, we ended up pulling all the interior parts out along with the cage. As you can tell, this is a serious amount of weight we're pulling out of the car. This is going to be a race car you can drive on the street. There's entirely no need for all this original wiring, the cluster, all the interior plastics. We're going super lightweight. Everything's going to be chrome moly on the car. The original dash, we're going VFN fiberglass dash on the car. So, I mean, as you can tell, there's a ton of weight that we pulled out. All right, so we're going to work on pulling the fuel tank right now. In order to do that, we need to drop the entire rear end out of the car, which at the same time, we're going to go ahead and take the opportunity to send it over to powder coat to get rid of some minor surface rust that it has on it. Guys, we got the bird in the air here, so we're going to work on pulling the Moser 9. Currently, what the setup is on it is a Moser 9, strange aluminum center section, 10-inch tall QA1 springs, along with single adjustable QA1 struts. We're going to be changing that up a little bit as far as the spring ring, and going with a double adjustable AFCO or a strange. So we're going to work on draining the diff out, pulling the torque arm, and getting all this stuff yanked out so we can get the diff out. All right, guys, we got a ton of stuff done today. Got the entire rear end out, the fuel tank out. I'm gonna give you guys a quick look at it. The famous F-body trapdoor mod that we got to weld up. Everything's out of here. Car's gonna get Wolf mini tubs. All this stuff is gonna be taken care of, including that atrocious spring mount. But we'll go ahead and check back in with you guys when we get this thing all torn apart for the powder coater. All right, guys, we got this thing all jacked up in the air. I'm gonna go ahead and get cracking on it. If you can't tell, we like Milwaukee. Let's get to work. So the rear already came equipped with a set of single adjustable QA1s. While that would be fine on more of a street-oriented setup, we're going to go ahead and switch over to a strange double adjustable. So we're going to get these torn off here. All right, so now that we got the shocks off the car, what we're talking about when single adjustable and double adjustable, the new strange shocks are gonna have extension and compression settings, while these are only single adjustable. All right, so along with this being a built Moser 9-inch, it has a strange aluminum third member and strange 40 spline axles. We're gonna work on pulling those axles right now. The tool you normally use is probably a slide hammer to get this out, but we don't have that. So I got my crowbar, my dead blow. I'm gonna start hitting the axle here, see if we can get it to slide up. And I didn't measure this out too well. Give it a second. Now that we move this incredibly heavy rear end over here, gonna go ahead and pull the axle for real this time. All right, now that we ended up pulling the axles, the brakes, and everything off, the only thing left to remove is the strange third member. So we're gonna get cracking on that. All right, so with all the bolts loosened, most of them removed, left these two on just to secure it, just in case. Some light taps with a screwdriver around the edge of it. The only thing holding it in at this point is going to be the RTV. Let's get this thing pulled up. There's about 3 pounds of RTV on this thing. It's not wanting to agree. Alright, we got the center section pulled out of the rear end already. It's in a lot better condition than I thought it was going to be. The condition was unknown when we bought it as a roller, but the rear end looks incredibly fresh. So we're going to get everything cleaned up. Get all this RTV off of here, especially off the rear end. That way we can go ahead and send it to powder coat this week. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and call it a day here. We got a ton of stuff done today. I hope you're enjoying the content. We got a ton more stuff coming for you. Until then, we're gonna clean up the shop. We'll catch you next time.